It's appropriate that we talk about peace today because what we've tried to bring together is a program that speaks about the sacred nature of sharing, of peace, and of support for those things that keep us alive, especially the waters of the earth and those who risk their lives to protect them. Before I bring up Tom Porter, who is one of the most important elders on this continent, a person I love and respect, a true brother and friend, I wanted to share with you a little note I got from Della Nohart, who's one of the people at the camp and who's constantly keeping me up on what's going on. This is an interesting story. I was arrested during the treaty camp raid in October with 141 others. My daughter was on the backwater bridge when she was water sprayed and hit with beanbag launchers that caused her to lose a tooth. She was arrested by herself on December 19th for standing on the frozen river with a jar of cedar and sage offering prayers, charged with trespassing. She'd been given a necklace pouch from a Tibetan monk who came to camp. There was orange rice in it. The cops did a field test and said it tested positive for meth. She then went to court on January 30th, and that rice was taken to the state crime lab and tested positive for orange rice.
Good.
Della Nohart is the person who has been our contact throughout this, and the Sacred Stone Camp still remains in place on private land, even though most of the people have left the downhill camp, where they say it is on public land, which we call treaty land. I'll say a bit more about that, but before I go any further, again, thank you to Caffe Lena for hosting this event for us. Let's give them a round of applause. If Saratoga has a heart, and I think it has a big one, then it beats strongly in this spot tonight. Let me introduce my dear friend, Tom Porter.
I'm smaller than Joe, so I'll put it down. It's nice to see all of you today. And I'm going to share with you probably one of the most important talk of spiritual in North America, or probably the world. When we came from in the Iroquois people, which I come from, our creation story says that we come from another earth in a solar system somewhere. And a woman came here to planet Earth to begin the human race. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to explain that story. And when humans were made from the other world of those in the solar system and the planet, that's what made our life. That's what our story says. And when the humans were made, the Creator and the earth, who is our mother, explained to us what they wanted us to know and what they wanted us to be inspired by and to always use as a guideline to our stay and our visit on the planet Earth. And this is what I'm going to do, the Reader's Digest form for you today. And this also will make people easy to understand why the protest against the pipeline in the Dakotas, why it is so important, and for all their allies to support them. After you hear this, you will understand why. These are our guidelines from the original instructions. First, it was announced that we would come here at Caffe Lena to host this fundraiser to help those people who are fighting to protest what the government is doing about the water and the ruining of the waters and the Mother Earth. And so we all came here. I just came in from Toronto just a while ago because I didn't want to miss this. And as I come in, I see everybody, nice group of people, feels good. It's like the sun shining as I see you. And so the Creator is the one who allowed us to clear our calendars and set this time to be together, you and I, today, with all the musicians and singers and speakers, and the good pies Caffe Lena is going to have. They always have good pie. And so what we will do is we will put many thank yous and greetings and love together, and you and I, and we'll throw it high into the sky, and we say, Creator, thank you for clearing the road and allow us to safely come here in this assembly of great people. So Creator, with love, we say thank you for this assembly, and our mind is agreed. And then it is that our Creator, He made the earth at the beginning of time. And our Creator said that the earth is going to be a woman and the mother of all life, humans, animals, and birds. And then He said to the Mother Earth, you will give birth to all life, and when you do, you will take each of your babies, whether they be birds, animal, or humans, and you will pull them to your bosom, and you will feed them, you will nurse them, you will give them power, strength to live. And so to this very day, our grandparents told us, and telling us yet, that the Mother Earth never reneged what the Creator told her to do. Whatever we ate this morning, and whatever we'll eat today, or even in between snack, every single food and water that we put in our mouth, it came from our mother's bosom, the garden of Mother Earth. And our grandma told us that sometimes humans forget about our Mother Earth and her greatness and her many gifts to us. And our grandma says sometimes amongst the human, some are very cruel to Mother Earth. That means they drill, they mine in her innards. But the Creator chose the earth to be our mother, and she's such a caliber of a woman that no matter what the humans have done to her, she never threw us away or disowned us or abandoned us as her children. Always she makes food available for us every day. And as you and I walk upon her body, she still holds us up our life. And don't we, if we think about it, aren't we the luckiest in the whole world to have such a devout, loving, stubborn mother who never gave us up, who's always there for us because she loves us. So I'm going to ask everybody here today that our minds should become one, and we put layers of thank you and layers of greetings and layers of love till it touches the ceiling and the four walls of this room. And then you and I will pick it up gently and we will give it to our mother. And we say, Mother Earth, thank you for loving us. Thank you for never throwing us away. Mother Earth, with love, your children today says thank you, and our mind is agreed. And it is that our Creator made the waters of the world. Mother Earth helped them. And when they touched the waters from the creeks and rivers and oceans and lakes and ponds, and even the rivers under the Mother Earth's body, they are the veins that make our mother live. Our Creator, when He put and touched that water, Mother Earth, He put a soul and a spirit in the water. And He told the water to come down the mountains and the hills, in the valleys, to Saratoga Springs and to Ganachahallege, and to Syracuse and Ottawa and Manitoba. And as He passes the villages of the Mohawks and the Cheyennes and the Lakota, the Irish and the Polish and the Italian, He will quench their thirst as the waters pass our village. When we are sweaty and grimy from working in our gardens or whatever we do in the work's day, we can jump in the river or the lake, or we can take a shower, and our body, the water cleans it, makes it healthy, makes it wonderful, strong body. And that's what the Creator and the Mother Earth told the water to do. And that water is always moving. If you really want to see its power, go to Niagara Falls. Oh, how awesome it is. And sometimes you want to see it go drip, drip, and it goes through the creeks softly. Oh, it sounds so good and gentle. And so the water has many voices, from big thunder to small whisper, but always there to help us, to quench our thirst. Oh, how lucky we are, we the animals and the birds and the humans, that the Creator and the Mother Earth made the water to quench our thirst. And that's why we fighting everywhere to protect the water. Because when that water is gone, there's no more. And there will be no more you and no more me. And our children will not be anymore either. So we must stand for the water. For the water has always stood for us. And so with one mind we gather our heads together as we're one person. And we put thank you and greetings and love. And then this big pile of greetings and love and thankfulness, you and I will send some of it to the north, some to the west, to the south, and to the east. So that every river and every stream, every brook, every water, lake and ocean of water will receive our love and our kindness and our thankfulness for the quenching of our thirst today and yesterday. And so to the waters of the world, human relatives today stands, and we salute with love you in your power to quenching of our thirst water. We say thank you, and our mind is agreed. Oh. And then all the medicine is growing, and the trees are growing. And that tree gave us oranges and apples and cherries and plums and all kind of fruit. And the tree gave us hickory nuts and walnut and all kind of nut for the squirrel and for us people and the birds. And a hot summer's day, we find a tree, and under the shade of the tree, we find coolness to rest. And if we get cold in the winter, we gather the fallen branches from the tree and we make a fire so our elder people and our children will not freeze, but the warmth of the fire make us comfortable and we will live. And so to the trees who make the oxygen and the wind that we breathe, to those trees, the symbol of peace, we say thank you with love today, and our mind is agreed. And then also the Creator, this is the one I favor of my grandmother when she talked the most. She says the Creator He hadn't made us humans to walk on the earth with our bottom lip hanging on the ground, and we trip over our own bottom lip in sadness and in grief. That's not what He made us to do. And so the Creator says He wants the human people to smile and show the whiteness of their teeth from ear to ear. Every day, a minimum of 3 times per day. I call that myself, I call it Colgate Smile. 3 times minimally. And our grandma said, if you don't know how to do that, then you and I will have failed. Why did the Creator let us be born? It might as well be we wasn't born if we don't know how to enjoy our stay on earth. And so He put the birds to fly in the sky, and He put beautiful colors on their feathers to make it look beautiful. And then He gave the robins their songs, and the chickadees and the mourning doves and all the other birds have different rhythm and song. And He said, your job is early in the morning when the dawn is just coming, no sun yet, only the dawn. You birds will face the east, and you will all sing your beautiful song to welcome the brother sun as he shows his face. And when the humans and the deers and the moose and the raccoon and the muskrat hear you sing, you birds will have shaken their minds, so boredom and lonesomeness will not find a home in their body. And so this morning the birds sang again, as they have always done, because the Creator told them to do that. So you see, there are teachers, there are peacemakers, and they're our joy. And so to the eagle, who is their big chief, we now put our minds together as one, and we put thank you and greetings and love on that big pile, and then you and I will throw it to all four corners of the Mother Earth, this universe, so that every bird will receive our message of thankfulness, of greetings, and of compassion that we sent them now, and our mind is agreed.
Oh.
To the four winds that bring the changing of the seasons, that we may live. To the sun, our oldest brother, who watches over us, and he's the one that makes our young guys and young girls grow into men, into women. He's the one that makes the little tiny seeds of tobacco and corn and watermelon become great big sweet watermelon and beautiful sweet corn in the summer. The sun does all that so that life will go on. And he's been doing that since the beginning of time, before even our memory. And so, with oneness of mind, we will send our thank you and greetings in love to our oldest brother, the sun. Because if he should ever go out and not shine tomorrow, we will all pass this earth and never to live again. So that's why we are grateful to the sun. As long as he shines, we will know happiness. And so to old brother sun, with love, we say thank you, and our mind is agreed.
Oh.
To the nighttime sun, we call her our grandma. She's the one that regulates women every month. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. When grandma comes every month, she get ready, ladies. Time to make a new little baby. And that's her job. That's why we call her grandma, because she's the one that guided our birth, how we came to this earth. And that's also in creation. That moon that's up there raises the waters of the oceans up and down and regulates our birth, because she is the same one that came from the other planet that brought us here. That's why we call her grandma. And so to our grandmother, for our birth and the birth of our children and grandchildren, we say thank you with love, and our mind is agreed.
Oh.
To the nighttime stars, who our grandma and grandpa said that if you gather all the artists in the world, they couldn't paint more beautiful picture than when the Creator made the stars that fill the nighttime sky. And if we don't remember any other truth about the stars, Grandma said we're not blind. Every night when we see their great beauty, that's reason enough to be thankful to them. And so we send our love and thankfulness to every star in the nighttime sky, and our mind is agreed.
Oh.
And then to the four sacred ritual people, the one that brought us our rituals, the four sacred beings. They're the ones when we forgot. Kay Olin, you know Kay Olin, huh? Oh, I know her so good too. She's the one who told me one time, because I'm over 35 years old now. And I'm forgetting all the time this and that. And she says to me, humans, we're born, we learn, and then we forget. I like that. So when that happens to me, I think it's supposed to be. So anyway, those four sacred beings, when our people as a collective human race forgot our teachings and our spirituality, they're the ones that were born as peace messiahs to every race of people in the world, to remind us how to get back on the road of spiritualism. That's why we're still here. But the forgetfulness is now rampant. And so everybody needs to unite it together to protect all of the real truths of this earth. So we got quite a job. And so this is another beginning today, because it's such a good group of people, young people, older people. And oh, I forgot to tell you, one of our chiefs, when he has a meeting like this or some kind of gathering, here's what he used to say. He was 97 years old, and I copy him.
Leon.
That was Kay Olin's grandfather, by the way. And he says, at your assembly, you look around. Don't look at none of the men. Just the women. He says, scan the place. Start over here and go around. Don't miss one woman either. Forget those men. Just women. And scan the whole thing of your assembly. And you will notice that the women gathered at our assembly are the most beautiful woman in the whole world is gathered here today. And that's true. Then he said, when you're finished, you scan again. This time you leave the woman out and just the man. And you go around to the oldest one and middle age and young kids. And if you're lucky, you might find a little baby boy in a cradle board somewhere. He says, and you'll notice that our men are one of the handsomest, the most international in all the world are here. So when you put it together, the most beautiful women and the most handsome intellectual men, this assembly of people is the most awesome group of people. And we say thank you to each other, for we will share this day's activities in an effort to support our Mother Earth and the sacred rivers of this universe. And with that, I have opened up with great thanks, and our mind is agreed.
Oh.